similar to last week, if you was involved, or if this is new to you, this is your first session, I'd like you to log on to www.socrative.com and log in as a student to room number 79136, and then I can see if you've entered your room, if you've entered the room, and we can do a lot of little mini tests and tasks through Socrative. So if you can do that in a different web window, I've got one of you in there. When you think you're in and you've logged on, if you can change your icon to the green tick again, and I can just work out exactly how many we've got in. Got 2 in there now. Yeah, it says in my room 3. That's brilliant. 4. So it's just Socrative.com, student login, and you need to enter 79136. Yeah, if you can put the green tick when you think you're in. I've got 6 on my screen that's in now. And 1, 2, 3, 4 of you've got green ticks. We'll give you a few more seconds with that. 7's in now. Well done. Okay. Whilst just getting that done, a couple of the others are joining the Socrative room. I'm just going to talk through, for those of you that are new again, the QR code that you can see on screen there, the black square with lots of little dots and things that looks a bit like a barcode. This is a QR code, so after the session, students can use these to help them revise even further. These QR codes will link to further information and tasks and videos from YouTube or different tasks that have been written out, and students can learn a bit more about that specific topic area wherever they see one of these QR codes. So that's what they're for. Once again tonight, the slides that I'll be using will be slightly different to the slides that hopefully Lee and Subject Support sent you out the other day, and the students will be using slightly different ones, as the ones I've got here have got all the answers on and things to the questions and mini tasks. You will be provided with these after the session. And just check the room again. I've got 8 in now, so I think we'll press on anyway with the tonight's session. Alright, first topic we're going to look at is key influences surrounding getting involved within sport, and what influences might affect your choice in taking part within physical education. Now, for your exam, it's going to be really important that you understand different influences and what they are. And the way that you can do that is through using an acronym called CHIPS, CHIP PR or CHIPS R, and C stands for cultural, health and well-being, image, people, socio-economic, and resources. Okay, so it is really important that you understand each one and how these can affect and influence different sporting participation within PE and physical activity. Each different influence has an impact on why people get involved in sport. Looking at people, the people that can affect us to getting involved with sport are our family, our peers, role models. Family being parents, guardians, brothers, sisters, different people like that, and they all have a different effect on why we get involved with sport. Might be through our parents pushing us when we're younger, might be through brothers and sisters doing a sport, something that you want to take up and get involved in. So it's really important that you understand and identify the different key influences for your exam. So looking at culture, health, well-being and image first. Cultural things, we've got age, gender, religion and disability. So different genders of of people. Different sports are associated. Different genders, for example, you'll not find many boys taking up netball, and however female participation within football is on a rise, that's a sport that you would normally associate with males. So gender there has the effect. So males and females are both encouraged to take part in sport. Generally, both sexes will not compete against each other, as it'd be unfair advantage, things like that. Religion and racism has been a big problem in sport. Sometimes religion won't allow you to take part in certain sports. For example, if you're Muslim, we know that they'll tend to not be able to take part in swimming because they have to cover up all the bodies, and it's an activity that they can't really get involved in. So religion has an influence on whether or not females can get involved with sport. Health and well-being of individuals, so being ill or having long-term health problems is going to affect the activities that you can do. If you've got chest infections, or if you've got cerebral palsy, disabilities, they're going to be influences on you taking part in specific sports or not. People with cerebral palsy will find it very difficult to hold equipment. If you've got chest infections, if you're ill and things, you're going to find it hard to breathe and run certain activities. And image, so the media and fashion have a big influence on taking part in sport. Sport's always on television. You tend to find that whatever sport's on television, you'll find a lot of people going out and actually playing that sport or having a go at it. When it comes around to Wimbledon in the summer, you'll find that the tennis courts around tend to be very busy and packed because the media, the television coverage of Wimbledon, has had an influence on people getting involved and actually having a go at the different activities. People, socioeconomic and resources. We've touched upon people, friends and family already. Looking at socioeconomic, so cost and social status. Money has a big influence on whether we can take part in specific sports or activities. Some sports need expensive equipment, things like ice hockey. You'll have to buy expensive skates, body armour, protection. Some people have to pay high membership fees to get involved at certain gyms, so there's a cost and a money factor. Social class and status sometimes affects the sports that we play. You'll see the royal family are always associated with playing polo, and that's seen as an upper class sport to be playing, whereas perhaps football is something that's played by the working class. So our socio-economic status has an effect on what we do. Resources, then, so the availability of them, so the provision of outdoor and indoor facilities depends on different factors. Some facilities for sport are not financially practical to have. The government allocates us money to local authorities, and lottery money provides additional income that can be spent on sporting facilities, so that has an influence whether we can access this money and funding to get good facilities around where we live. Location, so naturally the location of activities are important. Outdoor pursuit centres, for example, are often found in Wales and places where there's big outdoor spaces and national parks to get involved with. And people who perhaps live in London haven't got access to these sorts of areas, so people who live in a city tend not to have those resources available, so that could influence whether they can take part in those sorts of activities.